Okay, here's a graphs question. So we're asked to sketch the curve of x cubed minus 6x squared plus 9x. Well, the first thing that we can see is that it's a positive cubic. So we know that it's going to be shaped like that because it's positive x cubed. Okay, now, to actually work out how to draw this, we need to know what the roots are. So the best thing to do is to factorize it. So I've got x cubed minus 6x squared plus 9x. I can see straight away that the common factor is x. So then what we'll do is we'll factorize this. We'll take out the common factor of x and we'll put the rest in the bracket. So I divide x cubed by x and I get x squared. I divide 6x squared by x and I get 6x. I divide 9x by x and I get 9. So I've got my first root, which is x. Now I need to factorize my quadratic. So I've got x. Now x squared minus 6x plus 9. Remember, this is our sum and this is our product. Well, this is negative, so that means basically that both of my roots need to be negative 3. Because negative 3 plus negative 3 is negative 6. Negative 3 times negative 3 plus 9. So now I've got one root and I've got another 2 roots here. So this tells me the first one that x is 0. And this tells me that I've got a repeated root at 3. 0, 3. That means basically that my curve is going to go up through, and it's going to come down and bounce off a 3 and go up. Right. Now there's a second part of this question. The second part of the question now says using what we just saw, we've got to draw the curve with an equation of y equals x minus 2 cubed minus 6x minus 2 squared plus 9x minus 2. Now this looks much more complicated, but it's not. So what we're going to do is we're going to look again for a common factor. Okay, now this time, if we substitute y equals x minus 2, then our equation becomes y cubed minus 6y squared plus 9 times y. Okay, now this looks a lot easier. My common factor is y. So let's take y outside and see what's in the brackets. So y cubed divided by y, that's y squared, minus 6y squared divided by y, 6y, plus 9y divided by y, which is 9. So now what I need to do is factorize this quadratic. Well, again, it's 6 and 9. So if I put y minus 3 squared, that gives me one root from here and 2 roots from here. Now, all I've got to do is get back in terms of x because I've got to write it in terms of x. So I've got the y outside, so that means that y equals 0. If y equals 0, that means that x minus 2 equals 0. So that means that x must equal 2. Okay, and then for this one, for this root, this means that y must be 3. So therefore, x minus 2 equals 3, and therefore x must be 5. So what do? We're going to find x equals 2 and x equals 5. Now remember that this one is our repeated root when it's 3. So that means that x equals 5 is our repeated root. That means that our cubic goes through 2 comes down and bounces off 5.